All right, man. So we blew the account today. Unfortunate, but I just need to review these trades because low key they weren't that good, man. Like looking back, I'm like, bro, these setups were not that good. So when I first look at US 30, this was the first one. Now on our okay, we can zoom out a bit. Now on our monitor, this is what it looked like, kind of from like right here. So my thought was like, all right, like we're low key on a downtrend. Um, but I just I just look back and I'm like, this isn't all that great in my opinion, because if we look at what the market has done this week, it's like had this crazy shoot up and then now it's just like in some random like no man's land. And for me to say like, oh, like we're continuing this downtrend, I should have been like, yo, we need to break this, because this is already a crazy week. So I need some sort of break like this, because then we have all this space down here that needs to be cleared, and we just broke this big point, right? Same thing for like a uptrend. Like I would want it to break this or this, and most likely just that if I see it going all the way up. But in this case, we're overall going down, and I ended up taking this trade. I was like, all right, when it breaks this point right here, which it did around 7:55, I'll get in. And that just ended up not working out. It was a 15-minute zone right here. As you can see, literally as soon as I get in, bro, it just reverses. And I'm like, dang. And it is a zone right here, but I felt like the odds were in my favor at this point. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. My analysis was not that great, and I know why. And I hate to even like bring it up, bro. It's literally just the fact that I didn't show up properly. Like I woke up and I got straight to the charts. You know what I mean? Instead of doing what I'm supposed to do in the morning, having a routine before actually trading. So this is the results of it, a blown account. This is why your system matters so much inside and outside of trading. Like it just matters so much. So yeah, this is the result of the first trade, and I'm like, all right, on to the next trade. I also over leveraged in this trade because I like, it was just happening so fast. Like this candle kept going down, and then I was trying to enter on Tradeovate, and then I tried to do like a limit order, but at that point it ended up being more of a market order. I was all messed up. So my entry was literally like down here, and then it started going up. So this is the first trade, lost a lot on it. And then the second trade, honestly, I thought this one was a bit better than the first one. But looking back, I'm like, bro, this setup ain't good either, bro. Because when I look at this, I'm like, what is even happening right now? You know, like we were in an uptrend, right? And now we just started going down yesterday. But when I look at my past setups, these aren't the types of setups that I take. Like, okay, it has some room to go down. Okay, you know, but I like the setups I be taking like clearly be trending, bro. And if it's something like this, it's gonna clearly have some big break. And in this case, it wasn't like that. You know, we ended up having a 1 hour zone right here. Look, literally 1 hour zone right there, which it tapped. And then as you can see right here, we got our break, and then it just reversed on us. So that, man, that was tough. That was tough. That blew the account. That blew the account, bro. And it's not even like I was over trading or anything. You know, we take a L, we get to take another trade, bro. And honestly, there's no solid setups today besides silver. Silver would have been a setup that I took, but ended up losing on. Because as you can see, this is clearly a downtrend, right? And then even this week, like, okay, we were going up, but this looks way better as a downtrend. Like, it barely broke this part. Like, it broke it, and then it actually failed to break this big area. So when we're doing our analysis, it's like, all right, you have this whole area right here, which, you know, if it kept going, all right, now I don't know if we're in a downtrend. But if we look at US 30, we got, let's zoom out just to compare. Okay, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, this candle right here, that big 7 o'clock candle, because of the war and stuff, it broke all these and like it never went like above it. But when you look at the market structure for the week, like it's still in some sort of indecision. Like this is literally ranging. Like this is like ranging for the week, low key. And zooming out, looking at the bigger picture, it's like we were in a downtrend, but now it's like we don't know what's going on. But when you look at silver, it looks way different. You know, on Monday, yeah, it did have that big old spike, but that didn't take away from the downtrend. Like, yeah, we started going up, but then we had this, and then boom. But this trade still would have lost, but it just would have been like, all right, we live with it. But I guess the zones that were here today, man, these zones killed us, bro. Like, usually these type of zones we don't really take into consideration that much, but yeah, we would have ended up losing on this either way. And then we would have re-entered and lost too, because the trade that took us out ended up what's it called, losing. Well, we would have been able to re-enter on it, and then we would have lost again. So it would have just been a double L today. And yeah, tough day, man. Honestly, tough day. We just got to keep going, bro. It's always nice to have a fresh restart with these accounts, but I want to just stay consistent, and I want to make sure that I'm trading my plan, bro. Like, even with platinum, it looked better, but platinum was the one that I wanted to take the most, but we actually had nothing here, nothing that we really could have taken, as you can see. So it just is what it is, man. We gotta keep on going. We're gonna keep on, you know, analyzing to the best of our abilities, but bruh, trading can be something else, bro, especially in these market conditions where we're having a whole war, bro. Like, this is not ideal market conditions to be trading in. So definitely lower your lot sizes, lower your contracts during this time, and then yeah, just keep on going though. So catch y'all next week, man. We're gonna skip out on Friday and then just, you know, restart for next week.